Hey everybody, Chip Walters here with Exit Realty, Bob Lamb and Associates, and welcome in again to the Friday Five, where we talk to whether it's real estate topics or other topics, especially now in these interesting times that we're in. And today is something really special because we're using the Zoom technology that everybody has been using for meetings lately, and we're going to go halfway around the world to Pistoia, Italy. And my friend there is Costanza Magazzini. She is a former tennis player at Middle Tennessee, and you can see she's wearing her Blue Raider colors there this morning. And I'm got my coffee here. And good morning, Costanza. What do you have besides? You don't have our kind of coffee. What do you have there?
Good morning, Chip. It's nice talking to you, and thanks for the opportunity you're giving me to share the situation here in Italy. I have my little espresso with me, so differences already, you know.
Well, now you are from Pistoia, Italy, and tell folks kind of where within the country that is.
Yeah, so Pistoia is like 20 minutes away from Florence. It's in the Tuscany region, in the center of Italy. So I'm like 3 hours and a half, 4 hours away from Milan, which is one of the worst area affected by the virus in Italy.
See, so in your town, first of all, you were here in the United States up until what, about 2 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago?
Yeah, about 10 days ago, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, and you decided to go home for a little while. Is that the case?
Yeah, I decided to go home. So the hotel where I was working in US closed, obviously, as everything else, every restaurant. So I was kind of like, the flights I know they were about to be blocked, kind of. So obviously my family were scared, and I decided to go back.
So what was the travel process like? Was it any different this time around than it has been in the past when you've gone?
Yeah, it was kind of different. So I know American Airlines, they cancel every international flight. So I had to reschedule my flight. I flew with Delta. And I can tell you that the airports were all empty. I'd never seen anything like that before. Even the New York airport was completely empty, and everything, obviously, everyone had masks and gloves on, and it was scary.
Well, this morning I actually saw some numbers that Nashville International Airport, which is pretty busy, very nice airport, they normally have, on a normal day, 61,000 people come through. Right now, it's down to about 4,000 people. And so that kind of tells you that it's had an effect everywhere. Now, you said your parents were kind of scared of what your family was kind of scared of what was going on because, you know, here in the United States, outside of China, the next worst place that we had heard of as far as the virus hurting people has been in Italy. So kind of give us an idea of you know, how things have been and what you have picked up on since you've gotten back home.
Yeah, so in Italy, we have a number of cases which should be around 140,000 right now, which is actually decreasing. We are receiving finally some positive signs about the number of cases, and people in therapy is going actually down. But I can tell you that here, compared to the United States, which I lived like both realities, everything is completely blocked, kind of. So only groceries and pharmacies and few businesses are open, and everything else is closed, and people stay in the house like 24 hours a day. So it's a bad situation because I see even people that I know, they're in hospital, and like families cannot go to visit them, which I think is one of the worst consequences of this virus. And so the situation is actually getting a little bit better. We're seeing some positive signs right now, which is great, but still, I think we have a long way through. And I know I was in Tennessee 10 days ago, and I know everything is closing there as well. I know that, but I see people are still gathering. So I would like to encourage people to stay home more, both here in Italy and both there, because it's a serious deal. And yeah.
Yeah, you know, here we're getting some positive signs here as well that what they call social distancing, it's actually physical distancing, because here we are socially, we're close socially because we're able to talk, but but the physical distancing and the staying at home seems to be mitigating. And you know, there's talk here that by the end of April, I think that's kind of a target date of things getting started back here, and hopefully that you know, the steps that had been taken, even though there are, like you said, there are people who are, you know, I was it's amazing, you people who put up a portable basketball goal and there's 30 guys out there playing. They don't need to be doing that, you know. If you want to shoot by yourself in your own driveway, that's one thing. You probably outside hitting a tennis ball up against a brick wall somewhere.
That's what I'm doing, for sure.
But now, one of the things that's been talked about as far as why Italy has been hit so hard is because of the age, a lot of the age of the population.
And the number of deaths, I think we have the highest, even compared to United States or Spain. Actually now has more cases, but we're still up, ranked number 1 in the number of deaths. And I think it's because of our population. We have one of the oldest in Europe. You know, also the streets are tight, and you know, cities are narrow, so like it's difficult to contain the spread of the virus as well.
Yeah. Now, you after you graduated from middle, you went and worked in business here, and so you have a kind of a grasp of what you know, working every day is like. Now, what are you seeing, and what are you hearing on the news in Italy about how the economy is being affected there?
Well, obviously the economy has been affected very badly, as you know, but I know the government, they just provided 400 billions for companies, which is a good number, and also I think 600 euro for self-employed, just to keep the economy alive, because in this situation, you know, markets are going down, and also I think they have extended the golden power, which is a regulations, you know, according to which some other European countries cannot buy strategic companies from Italy. Otherwise, you know.
Yeah. Now, give me what a normal day is like for you and your family, especially with as tight as the controls are. You know, I can get out and walk in my neighborhood, or sometimes I'll go over to campus, to the MTSU campus, because it's kind of barren right now, and I'll get out and exercise and you know, get some fresh air that way. What are you all on an everyday basis? Kind of give me what it's like.
I'll tell you. So regarding me coming from a foreign country, I need to be self-quarantined, so I cannot even get out of my own house for 2 weeks, not even going out for groceries. So my day-to-day is going to be working out in the garden, reading, and managing also my dad is an artist, so he had an exhibition coming up. He cannot do it, so he stays in the house most of the day. He paints, and I'm dealing, I'm kind of like smart working as well. I'm dealing on the online selling of his painting. I created a website, so to keep me busy. So my dad has become the woman of the house because he cooks, and and my mom, she still goes to work either in the morning or in the afternoon. She's an accountant. So she needs to keep, you know, all the accounting documents alive for the company which she's still working at. So they just go out basically for work, few hours a day, and groceries.
Yeah.
And you cannot even get out on the street if you want to go. Yeah, you can take your own dog, just 10 minutes around here, but we cannot go like running the 2 hours around, or cannot do that.
Yeah, well, you still have about 3 or 4 more days of being completely locked down, don't you?
Yes, I'm looking forward to go for groceries, which is crazy to say, but well, that's what it's come down to.
Isn't it amazing the little things that that we took for granted or take for granted that, you know, seem like a big deal now?
100%. I think like this virus, some small positive outside, you know, of this virus, it just, you start to appreciate the small things. You start to appreciate like I don't know, just the relationship you have with your family, with your friend, just how much it means a hug.
Yeah.
You know, just get out, enjoying the nature outside. It's huge. I'm lucky because I have a garden outside, but I have like plenty of my friends that live in the city, so they cannot get out of the apartment, and just drives me crazy, obviously.
Yeah. Now, I'm assuming your family has not been touched by the virus. Everybody's okay?
Not. Thankfully not. Everyone is okay, but I know other people that have been sick. I know actually I had an old man. He was like always at the tennis club here in my town. He died, unfortunately, and he did alone in the hospital, which is one of the saddest thing ever. So,
Yeah, absolutely. But Costanza, thank you so much for taking some time. And like you said, you had the extra time to do it. And
really,
I'm glad to hear that your family's doing well and that you're doing well. And hopefully before too long, we'll see you back here in the United States. It'll be nice to see your face.
absolutely looking forward to it, Chip.
Okay, Costanza Magazzini, she is in her hometown of Pistoia, Italy. And again, a reminder that while we are continuing the physical distancing, that real estate is still going on. We're doing a lot of virtual showings and virtual document signings and all of that. So if you'd like to learn more about that, go to my website at choosechip.net or give me a call at 615-542-1915. It's going to be a nice weekend outside, although a little chilly. So, again, we are still practicing the social distancing. So stay safe, stay at home, and we'll all be back together very, very soon.